Hi everyone, it's time with Eric and Marie again, and I'm Eric.
And Marie here.
Hey, it's good to see you again. Thank you for all your subscriptions so far. We are really grateful.
And Happy New Week to everybody.
Happy New Year. Yesterday was Mother's Day in the UK, wasn't it? How did yours go?
Mother's Day was great for me. I had lots of surprises yesterday, and it keeps getting better and better. The girls, really took it to another level. So yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah, as they grow, they surprise us every day, isn't it? Yeah.
And thanks to you as well for the t-shirts. I'm sure some of you must have seen me wearing a t-shirt yesterday, which I advertised. In fact, it's on the community space. I think it says wife, mom, and boss.
And boss. I intentionally put that there.
If you want one, the links and everything are on the community space in the ad. So yeah, thanks for that.
Great. No, you're welcome. And all of you who celebrated, I hope you had a good time as well. So today we are discussing the issue of jealousy and trust in relationships. And this is quite a touchy topic that almost every marriage sees or encounters, or every relationship encounters. Why? Because we are human beings. But today we want to just delve a little bit into it and find out what it is, why it happens, and how we can throw some more light to help us deal with it when it happens.
So having said that, every marriage encounters it. I think I should ask Eric at this point, have you ever been jealous?
So I would say that not jealousy per se, but there's been instances where if we felt that someone had encroached into our relationship, we bring it to each other's attention. And that's what I would term as dealing with such a situation, but not being jealous in per se.
Absolutely. And I think I agree with Eric. In my case as well, it's the same. Because we're both human beings. We have friends of the opposite sex. But we always are we try to be aware of, how far we let people in. And if either of us thinks that somebody is getting a bit too personal, a bit too comfortable or too familiar, or the person is overstepping their boundaries, and either of us hasn't noticed, then we bring it to each other's attention. So that at all times the two of us are on the same page and are mindful of how far we allow people to come in or how close we allow people to come. But to say that I've been jealous of him talking to another woman or
vice versa,
receiving calls or something from another woman, right from day one till now, I would say no. Reason being, I know the kind of person that he is. Eric, and I'm sure many of you can attest, Eric is not that type. He just hasn't been that type for me, and he hasn't given me any reason.
Lucky you, aren't you?
Well, to God be the glory, yes.
And same here.
And he hasn't given me any reason to suspect him. So for me, for over 20 years now, I don't think I've ever done you're going through his phone, you're going through his pockets and that. No, I know the kind of person I live with or have been with right from day one. And as I said, I haven't been given any cause or any reason to suspect. But I have seen people get too close for comfort, and we've had to bring it to each other's attention.
That normally happens. I mean, we are not an island, and as married couple, Obi Bessia won't tend to Obi Afa. There will always be someone trying to encroach into the space, either hitting on Marie or hitting on me. It happens. People will try, but how we will deal with it is what really matters. So talking about that, let's now look at what is the actual root cause of jealousy, because we now know what jealousy is, but what really causes it? And I'll start off by saying that one of the things that really causes jealousy is fear of losing the person. That is one main thing. But what will cause that fear as well? It will be your insecurities within you that might cause the fear. That's just one aspect. It can be your insecurity. It can be your past relationships. It can be how you were even brought up. All these things can contribute towards jealousy. What do you think?
Yeah, so I totally agree with Eric. The root cause of jealousy can be so many things. It could be from childhood experiences, as in how you saw your parents relate with each other, whether your dad was jealous of, whether he was a jealous person in terms of his reaction when your mother was around men, or vice versa, if your mom was a jealous woman anytime your dad was around women. And then also insecurities, as in if the person doesn't believe in their own self, if they don't have that self-confidence, that self-love, they don't feel beautiful from within, then at the slightest instance, they might think, oh, somebody is, coming too close. This woman is beautiful. She's well put together. She's getting too close. So then your own insecurities will start to haunt you. Another reason could be, for me, I think it's just insecurity. I think it boils down to insecurity.
And let me throw some more light on the insecurity thing. For most women, it's to do with how they perceive themselves. Let's say body shape wise. They think, oh, they are growing fat, or, they are not who they used to be. Sometimes it makes them insecure. For the men, it's more to do with status in society, let's say monetary things. And if you see your woman chatting to someone, you might think that you are not there, and therefore your woman is going for another person. All these things can play with your mind. And the main thing is to do with you having that self-love and the confidence in you to know that you are who you are. I mean, if the person loves you, they will be there for you. And it leads us to the question of how can we, even before that, what are some of the detriments of jealousy? What can it cause? What can jealousy bring in relationship if not dealt with?
If it's a marriage, for the most part, it could be divorce.
Yeah.
Because then jealousy can it can breed anger. It can breed domestic violence, control in the marriage or in the relationship, and so on. And this is where sometimes, you have instances where we hear from some couples, and it's not just the men. I beg your pardon. It's not just the women, but
men as well.
Men also go through it. But more so, I hear from the women's standpoint where it's like, the dress that you're wearing is too short. Who just called you? Who's that message from? Who are you with on the phone? Where are you going? And things like that. It's all insecurity. If you know who you are as a person, whether you're rich, whether you're wealthy, whether you're there yet or not, if your wife, your girlfriend, your partner is talking to a super wealthy man, you shouldn't feel insecure because you know who you are. You trust your own process. So for me, I think it boils down to knowing the person that you're with. If you can, and it's trust. If you cannot trust them, and if you think they can leave you, then sometimes, as they say, your fears can come upon you.
Exactly.
So I think for me, it's dealing with your own trust issues, working on your own self, and also giving reassurances to each other at any given moment.
Very, very important. So that's now we're talking about the trust aspect of it. When you are jealous, you lose trust for the person. And as a result, you start behaving in ways that Marie did mention. Sometimes just checking their phones at all times, not even sleeping, because the moment you hear them on the phone, it's not necessary if you know who you are. Now, if the person doesn't love you, let them go. I mean, you know who you are. You can also go for another person that loves you. So don't dwell so much. And the most important thing is that as the two of you love yourselves, assure each other of your love. It all boils down also to communicating effectively.
That's right.
Because if you are transparent enough with your partner, if you communicate transparently or let them know exactly what's going on, there will be no cause for alarm. But if, let's say, you get a phone call in the middle of the night and then you go and hide in the toilet and listen to the message, or let's say, you stay in the car and make phone calls, or you receive text messages, you get inbox messages and all that, and you are not even showing it to your partner to say, look at this guy, he's trying to hit on me, or look at this woman, she's trying to hit on, so that you laugh over
Especially in this day of social media.
A lot of things do happen in the background that if you are not aware of it, or if you don't make your other partner aware of it, it can all lead to causing jealousy as well. So in as much as jealousy boils or stems from one partner who is feeling jealous, the other partner might also partake in causing the partner from being jealous. Because if you do acts that will trigger the person for suspecting you, then they will become jealous. So in as much as it can only be one person feeling that jealousy, it can also be the actions of the other person that's causing him to be jealous or her to be jealous. And therefore, to deal with it, we must be communicating effectively. We must be transparent in everything that we do so that trust is established. Marie did mention reassurance. Really, really, really important. That you reassure them of your love, You reassure them that you are there for them. You reassure them that they are the only one in your life.
Yeah. And I think for me, bottom line, jealousy doesn't take anybody anywhere. It's just you beating your own self up. If you're a jealous person, it is not going to take you, it is not going to improve your marriage. It's not going to improve your own mental state. It is not going to improve your well-being. It is just going to eat you up. You know, it's just you, as I said, you're beating yourself up for nothing. Because for all you know, everything you're thinking about, suspecting that is happening on the blind side of you or whatever, might be far from that.
Exactly.
These are all internal conversations and one managing to convince themselves that something is happening. Free yourself of that. Let it go. Trust yourself, because you cannot trust another person or demand trust from another person, respect or whatever. It must first start from you. Anyone who cannot trust another person, check your own self. The reason why that trust is not coming for the other person is because you don't have a certain level of trust for your own self. And it doesn't work in marriage alone. It could be in any other type of relationship, a friendship, sibling relationship, mother-child, mother-daughter, mother-son, father-son. You know, it happens in so many ways. At all times, have that trust for your own self, that everything is going to be all right. And that even if things are not going to be okay, you will get to that point of realization and you will handle it. Don't let jealousy be that, don't let it be the bait or the reason for which your marriage breaks down, you know, because it's something that you have to take control of before you get in there. If you're married, ensure that you take jealousy out of the marriage, because in the end, it can only cause, it will do more harm than good. Yeah.
So yeah, exactly what Marie has said. And there are a few points that we can end this video with. And that is, in relationships, not just marriage, you need to ensure that you love yourself first. Number two, you trust yourself. It's all to do with self-awareness, being aware of who you are and what you're made of. If you have that strong mental ability, then you are not going to rely on another person to make you happy or feel loved.
That's it. Yeah.
You have to love yourself first, know who you are, and also other partners within the same relationship should ensure that they shouldn't give cause for jealousy to arise. This can be addressed by effective communication, assuring each other, loving on each other, and making sure that the other person feels special in the relationship in which they are. Yeah. I think we've delved just a little bit into jealousy and trust issues, but let's ensure that we love on each other, we trust each other, don't give anyone cause for suspicion, don't be self-sabotaging yourself, have the confidence in who you are, and life will be blessed.
Yeah, I think it's a tricky one, this subject, you know, the issue of jealousy. And as I said earlier, because I have not really had the cause to be jealous of anybody encroaching into our marriage, I don't know, I haven't experienced it, you know, so it's hard to discuss.
Let us know. Let us know. Put in the comment box if you've experienced it, how it made you feel, and how you came out of it.
How you dealt with it, yes.
Exactly.
But for me, what I'll say is that, yes, some, you know, getting up close and personal, feeling the discomfort and letting Eric know, vice versa. Is that jealousy? Feeling the discomfort. Could that be classified as jealousy then? I don't know.
Great.
Anyway.
All right. So we'll bring this to a close, but make sure you subscribe to our channel, share the videos, and invite your friends to come on our channel and enjoy what we're discussing. Also, write in the comment box if you have any topics that you'd like us to discuss. But have a great day.
Thank you.
And peace out.